If you're a student with back pain, well, you're not the only one. It's common, but it's not normal. You're too young for that. And in this video, I'd like to show you 3 things that are important for you as a student to prevent this pain that impairs you in your daily activities, that prevents you from going out, that prevents you from enjoying your hobbies and your friends. The main issues that you face are that you sit for very long during the day and that you sit in not too good conditions on bad chairs, plus you spend a lot of time on mobile screens, sometimes because you have to, sometimes because your habits are so-so. Hence, tip number 1 is that you should stand as often as you can. Your goal would be to stand 50% of the day and sit 50% of the day. So you see, this 50-50 balance can only be achieved if you sit at school, say for example, if you stand during your coffee break, if you stand when you wait for the bus or the train, even if you stand in the public transport. I mean, sit only when you really have to. When you stand, the part that should rest on the wall or wherever is not the shoulder blades, yeah, but it's really the belt. So you give your pelvis to the wall. This is the proper way to stand. Now, when you have to sit, well, there you have to think a bit strategically. You have to recognize what are good seats from less good seats and see what you can do to improve them. You see, your goal when you sit is to be on your sitting bones with your belt supported by something which on an office chair is called a lumbar support. But when you go to Starbucks or any other, say, place where you drink a coffee, then you'll see that the seats do not allow you to sit like I do now. They are too low and or too deep, and sometimes they're also too hard or have no backrest. So what can you do in this case? The first thing you can do is choose your seat. If you see a couch that looks super comfortable because it's so deep and you think you can slouch in there, well, careful, this is precisely what you should avoid. It will often be better to sit on a stupid chair like this one, you know, which is not super comfortable, but you can get the cushion of the couch which is next to you and put it under your butt. This way, your buttocks will already be more comfortable. Still, you'll see that your belt isn't supported, but there's something you can do about it. Just get your pullover, your purse or anything, and you see, you do go like this, you roll it behind your belt, and that's it. You made a comfortable seat. Well, rather comfortable or more comfortable. So you see, I will use what I have to hold my belt. This is why when I was back at the university to do my MBA, I always had a pullover on my shoulders because I was using it on the university seats. There was one more thing that was always with me. It's a small piece of anti-slip, you see, like this, because on the university bench, I was always sliding on the seats, and with that thing, I was not sliding anymore. So if you have a pullover and a small piece of anti-slip fabric, you're already much better off to improve the seats on which you usually are. Now comes the part where I'm going to play the boring old guy. I'm going to talk about mobile screens. For your neck, the risk when you work on your laptop is 3 times as big as when you work on your desktop. And when you work on mobile screens, it's not a factor 3, it's a factor 6, meaning that each minute that you spend on your mobile phone is the same as 6 minutes on your desktop. So what does this mean? This means that this is non-ergonomic point, you know. Therefore, you have to find strategies to, say, reduce the risk. And these strategies will be 1, don't spend more time than you need on that. Yeah, and 2, recognize the different types of activities. There are activities for which you need only your eyes, such as watching a YouTube video. Well then, you see, I put it somewhere here and I stay at a distance from it. That avoids that I'm like this on it. Other type of activities are when I need only my fingers. That would be, for example, when I need to send a message to type. Well, then use WhatsApp or any other instant messaging app and send a voice message, and thereby you're free to choose your posture and you don't need to mess up your neck. And the third type of activities are the tricky ones, is when you need both your eyes and your hands. That means, for example, when you go through the thread on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or anything. And For there's no magic, you know. You cannot do this in an ergonomic fashion, because your hands are comfortable here and your eyes are comfortable there. And you see, this is not the size of a mobile phone. So as soon as I'll use a mini screen, I will have to compromise. And this compromise is directly going to end up in my neck and shoulder area. As a result, you need to minimize these activities as much as you can. I know it's tempting, they are designed to be tempting, but they are at the expense of your neck.